The next topic to be discussed is industrial system. If we talk about how an industry works, it can be categorized under three major categories. First is the inputs, second is the processes, and the third is the outputs. Let's go one by one and understand how this entire system works. Inputs. Inputs is nothing but what I had just now spoken about in the earlier lecture. It said that you have to procure capital, that is what you're investing, that's your input. The production requires the input of labor, the selection of land, the money involved over there, the banking services, whatever establishment of the setup, industry, everything comes, here comes the input process. All these come under the process of input. Now you, after showing all these sources of input, what happens? You start the production purpose. Now production purpose includes what? Supposedly I had taken the example earlier also of say I have to make this pen. I have to make this pen. So I set up an industry, I invested money in it, I brought in labor, I brought in the raw material, I arranged for the transportation, everything I did, that was my input. Now the production process starts. So we basically start by producing the part of the pens. We make the cap of it, we make the main body of it, we make the refill of it, we make the ink of it, we insert the ink in it, then we assemble all these parts, then we make it a little bit usable form, like a little bit attractive form by using different colors of paints on it. And then what do? We pack it and then we send it to the market. Before sending it to the market, we advertise for it. So all these processes get involved right from the raw material to the making of the finished product. That is the process. Now what is the output? Why did you put in such a lot of hard work? Why did you put in such a lot of money? To incur profits. So when you sell it in the market, whatever price you had made it for, definitely you're going to add on a percentage of your profit and then sell it in the market. So the output would be the profit which it yields to you, and you again either you keep a part of the profit for yourself and reinvest. So the process comes back from here again in the beginning. Reinvest the money which you have earned as a profit for the expansion of the business or to improve the quality of your product. So this is actually all interlinked in an industrial system. So this is how an industrial system works. So when an industrial system works very good, very well, you see the emergence of industrial areas in the world or in your own country as well. So when a cluster of industries come up in a certain area and they actually they prosper, they develop because of their closeness as well, because of their infrastructural closeness as well. Why? Because then the availability of transportation, the availability of resources will increase, because it is not about one industry which we are talking, it's about many industries in that particular area which we are talking about. Like for example, in your home also, if you've got a small job to be done in your home, supposedly you have to get your one room painted. So what happens over there? You would call for the labor. He would say only one room, I'm not interested. If it were to be whole houses, or you would give me 2-3 pieces of work more in the locality, I would definitely come. This is the mentality of the people, of the labor, of the skilled labor, unskilled labor, of the people who are investing in your industry. The same they're going to see at a macro level, whether it is happening or at a micro level. So when the industry is set up like clustered in one particular area, then definitely they're going to prosper well. So all over the world, in your textbook, a map has been given. Where are the industrial areas? There's North America, there's eastern side of Europe, there's western side of Europe, and this Asian side, Asia also, you see industrial areas, regions have developed over there, and they do benefit out of their closeness, the close proximities of areas in which they have developed. In India also you have various examples of, you've got in Gujarat industrial area, the cloth hub is in Gujarat. So we see that these people excel in the cottage industries, and they definitely, from that particular source, you see the entire process goes out. Now when you talk about fishing and fishing industry, you have Kerala fishing industry, you've got Goa, all these areas, and you've got Bengal, Calcutta. These areas actually are in the fisheries, and then from their particular thing, the entire transportation makes the product available for the entire India. But the same industrial development would be again in a very close proximity, so that they develop on a whole and they earn more profits.